let's talk about the Peel split. All right. So you've mentioned before it can cost up to 4 billion. Now you're saying it's going to cost about 1.3 billion to split up Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. And Bonnie Crombie's calling you out on your numbers. Where are you getting these numbers from?
Well, first of all, Bonnie Crombie has no financial analysis to justify her position there'd be savings. And frankly, I think that has come home to roost. Everyone is abandoning supporting her position. Every regional employee group, her own former city manager, Janice Baker, saying that the position to dissolve Peel lacked financial analysis. And so no wonder that the province is relooking at this. No wonder the transition board is relooking at this, because Bonnie Crombie went into this without any supporting evidence. Conversely, the response to this has been detailed, evidence-based, showing that it would be a financial train wreck. You mentioned 1.3 billion and 4 billion. There are a number of numbers floating around here, and I would say it's most likely dramatically worse than both those figures. There's been a number of studies, and they all work on best case scenarios. So let's take the one that has updated Deloitte numbers. The updated Deloitte numbers talks about a $1.3 billion cost. It's the public report on the that was made public in 2019, updated with inflation and new construction cost and new operating costs. Now that one talks about the largest tax increase in Peel region history in Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. Taxes would go up in every municipality to record levels. That also assumes, though, that works on the assumption that we'll continue to share water and wastewater. But our water and wastewater is almost at capacity. And so that is a very rose-colored assumption. If we have to build our own water and wastewater capacity, that could be north of $11 billion, just that one area. So this is a financial albatross. It is a train wreck. And I'm just glad that there's rumors that sanity is prevailing, because it would have created a burden on families across Peel that would be impossible for them to manage. The cost would just be so out of control. And frankly, we've heard from the paramedics, the police, the public health department, the shelter staff, that it would compromise service levels as well.
So, sorry, what rumors have you heard? Just that they're going to cancel this?
Well, the Toronto Star reported this week, and most other media have reported the same, that it is being revisited, that the numbers the transition board has looked at and the province have looked at have been staggering. I think they went into this thinking that it could lead to savings based on the promises that outgoing Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie made, but that's not reality. When experts have looked at this, it has been an absolute train wreck.
Okay. Regional Council came out yesterday and asking the province to keep Peel paramedics and Peel police intact if the split were to happen. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, part of me is I can say I told you so. I made that request 6 months ago, saying it would cost more to recreate 3 paramedic forces. But the original Mississauga request on this was to split everything, and one by one they're starting to say keep this together. Pretty soon we're going to have every regional employee group, they're going to be saying keep together. So why don't you have a region appeal? We have our public health, our medical officer of health, Dr. Binham, who said it will risk lives. She said that in regional council yesterday. The paramedics said it would risk lives. I've been on your show many times. I remember during COVID, we talked about making sure that science trumps politics. Well, that's what Dr. Binham asked for yesterday, making sure that science trumps politics, and that in her belief, she was not able to adequately protect the public health of families, of residents in Peel, based on what was proceeding with dissolution. And so, yes, I'm happy that we passed this motion for paramedics, but at the end of the day, this entire proposal is a train wreck, and I believe the province is going to have to walk it back. And by the way, I take no joy in saying that. I would just say it's never the wrong time to do the right thing.
So, do you see any advantage in this split at all? Like any, if it were to happen?
No, the financial cost was catastrophic for Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. The reduced service levels for public health paramedics was and policing was very worrisome. So it was a pending disaster. What I would say is there are efficiencies that can be found at the region appeal, and I hope that if this is revisited, we can look at those efficiencies. I don't think we need to have a regional planning department and a local planning department. The commenting periods at a regional level are too long. And if we truly wanted to make it easier to build new housing, I think if you take the region out of the planning process, that would be helpful.